Welcome back. I'm Wavepunk, and this is day 32 of producing for a year. Today, I decided to expand on the chord section of the piece that we were working on last time. I kind of worked through the first phrase, and I decided, hey, let's change the chords in the second phrase as well. For context, trance music oftentimes won't change chords at all. It'll just have one tonic note the whole time. I don't know, like maybe like a little bit less than half the pieces or whatever will have a section where the chords do change, and they'll kind of be the big point of the song. Given that this isn't truly a trance piece, I'm happy to get into the chords much earlier because it is easily the most interesting part of the song. But that does mean expanding on what we currently have going on. So I had to write new MIDI for our melodies parts. That sounded like this.
That's actually really pretty. Putting this chord in here is something old Wavepunk would have probably never done. But as I've matured in my harmonic palette, I've begun to add a little bit more secondary, dominant, diminished action in there. It's fun. It's cool stuff.
Then the bass was added. And then the pads. Deep cut here, but this part's really starting to remind me of Tiesto's remix of He's a Pirate from the Dead Man's Chest soundtrack, the second Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack. That particular piece of music is a really formative, like, seminal piece of music in my musical lore. So the fact that this piece starting to sound like it makes a lot of sense for me, but is also really cool for me that I'm starting to like mimic something that I admired so deeply. Okay, so what's next? What comes after this? I decided to go back to the tonic section and introduce some new musical ideas. And for that to happen, I need to make some space in the sound. So I put an automated filter on the stabby lead section. This will help keep the idea present in the mix, but pull a lot of the high-end frequencies out in an interesting way where it's moving around so that I can have more other things happen on top. And the new thing I think I'm going to have happening on top of this actually is that 8-bit Echo Chug, this instrument we made weeks ago, and we're like, maybe we'll find good uses for it. I continue to find some cool places for it. It's actually worked really well as a lead in this spot. It sounded like this.
I just want to say at this point, the track kind of sounds a little empty over here because we're not doing all of this junk. These effects and stuff that I think really add a lot of space in this type of music, and add a lot of like ear candy for you to like latch onto while the rest of it is kind of the same. I mean, like literally we've had this kick going the whole time for minutes and minutes and minutes. The same thing with the basses, right? It all does start to kind of like hit your ear real hard. Adding more of this stuff in down here will help, but right now I'm just kind of working on getting the whole melodic and harmonic idea in place.
And that does it for today. Nice quick one here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.